Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. How are you doing? Hello everyone. I hope everybody is okay. Please stay safe, right? And do enjoy some brief explanation on capital maintenance. Basically, this is just a repetition for our online lecture earlier, okay? We go for introduction. We will start with introduction, okay? So let us go for the introduction. Right. Capital, yeah. Basically, capital is the money that the company got from the shareholders by selling the company share to the shareholders. The capital can be loan capital or share capital, right? Loan capital received by the company by taking loan from the financial institution. Okay, so there are two kind of capital. Both capital are used by the company to fund the company, to fund itself, to enable the company to carry on business, right? So a company may use the share capital only in the ordinary course of business. So the money received from shareholders, that is the share capital, may only be used in the ordinary course of business. Okay. In order to avoid the capital being misused by the company, right, the law has developed the capital maintenance rules. Okay. Basically, capital maintenance rules is for what? To avoid the company or the directors of the company or the board of directors who actually handle the company from being misuse the company's capital. So this is why we have capital maintenance rules. So this is what we are going to talk about, capital maintenance. What's the rationale of capital maintenance? Okay, as I said earlier, right? Basically, this is to prevent the directors or majority shareholders from transferring their capital out of company. As we know, capital is the fund used by the company to carry on business. Okay, what happens if the directors or majority shareholders transferring the capital out of the company? How does a company want to proceed with the ordinary business? Okay, secondly, that was the first one. Secondly, to protect the interests of the creditors. Okay, we need to maintain the capital. We have the rule to maintain the capital because we do not want the company to misuse the capital. Alright, when the company through the directors misuse the capital, they will put the creditors at risk. How does it happen? Okay, now the creditors knows that this company has a lot of money because of they have a lot of shares, right? The creditors aware of the money that the company has, so the creditors agreed to give credits to the company based on the capital of the company. The creditors give credits, but now when the capital being misused, there will be no more money in the company, right? So the creditors now is at risk. How would the company pay back the credit when the company has no money? So this is why we have this rule, right? To protect the interests of the creditors. And then to place limitation on the use of company asset by the directors, who can actually decide when and how the capital is to be allocated or returned to shareholders. So to put some limits, all right, on the use of asset of the company. So the directors cannot simply sell the property of the company. So, or cannot simply sell the asset of the company. Or the director cannot simply make a decision in returning shares to the shareholders, right? Because the shares and the assets are the capital of the company. We do have now the law provide rules on how to maintain the capital of the company. Capital maintenance rules, right? So capital maintenance rules involve 4 transactions, all right? We have financial assistance, share buyback, capital reduction, and redemption of preference shares. Okay, the capital maintenance rules involve all these 4 transactions, right? All these 4 transactions, if the company or the director decided to proceed with the transaction, the company must make sure that they have fulfilled the solvency requirement. What does it mean? It means that for a company to proceed with financial assistance, the company need to fulfill solvency requirement. The company want to proceed with share buyback, the company must fulfill the solvency requirement. So in each transaction, solvency requirement is a must. So what is this solvency requirement and what are these 4 transactions? I will discuss after this. Okay, so now we go for solvency requirement. What is it actually? Solvency requirement is a requirement for the company to produce solvency statement, right? And in the statement mention the solvency conditions. So solvency statement is provided under section 113 of the Companies Act, and solvency conditions provided by section 112 of the Companies Act. What is this solvency statement? Solvency statement actually is a statement signed by all the directors of the company. Signed for what? The directors sign acknowledge that the company is able to pay debts to the creditors. Alright? It's a statement signed by all the directors, acknowledge that the company is able to pay debts to the creditors. Is that all? No, okay. What kind of debts? Now we'll see the condition. Condition for solvent under section 112. Right. It doesn't mention what kind of debt, but it stated the duration. Right. The company is able to pay debts within 12 months after transaction or after winding up. So in the solvency statement, the directors must, all directors must acknowledge that the company will be able to pay its debts within 12 months after transaction or winding up. What kind of transaction now we are talking about? All the 4 transactions. Any of the transaction. Okay? The 4 transactions we mentioned earlier, like financial assistance. Okay. Those transactions. We are referring to those transactions. And number 2, condition for solvent number 2 is the asset of the company is more than liability. The asset of the company is more than liability of the company. So it shows what? It shows that the company is solvent. The company has a lot of money. Even though the company do share buyback, purchase back the share, still the company is able to pay 12 months debts after purchasing the shares, and the company can show that still after share buyback, the asset of the company is more than all the debts of the company. Okay? Consequences of contravention. What does it mean? If what is the effect if the company did not is contravened with the earlier section? Right. Under section 114, it provided that if solvency requirements are not fulfilled, the directors commit a criminal offence and may be imprisoned for not exceeds 5 years and fine not exceed 500k or both, 500,000 or both. Okay, so if the director issue a solvency statement, but the solvency statement did not follow section 112 and 113, the solvency statement did not fulfill the condition under section 113. Okay, this is what it means by contravention to the requirement. If solvency requirements are not fulfilled, that means contraventions. The director is considered committed an offence. The director can be imprisoned not more than 5 years and not all, okay? Both and fine not exceed 500,000 or both. Right? Remember those 4 transactions? So we go for financial assistance first. Alright, what is financial assistance? Financial assistance is provided by section 123 of the Companies Act. Okay. What is financial assistance? Okay. Financial assistance means that the company is giving assistance, helping, giving money to others for the person to purchase the company's share. Right? A company assisting others to purchase its own share. Right? A company is not allowed, to use capital to provide financial assistance to purchase its own share. This is not allowed by law. You see? Why is not allowed? Okay. Why is it prohibited? You know? Because financial assistance, basically it means this. A company, they have 100 shares. They got 100,000 from that shares. They want to show to others that actually it's a big company, they expand. So they issue another 100 shares. So what they do, instead of asking people to purchase or others to purchase the new shares, the company give loan to one person, Mr. A. Mr. A take this 100,000 and purchase our own shares. So on papers, it seems that the company has 200 shares. But the money is still the same because the company use its own money giving assistance to Mr. A to purchase his own shares. Right? So, financial assistance may create a false market perception that there are investors interested to purchase the shares in the company. So, basically, it's being deceiving. Okay? And it also lead to imbalance account. Okay, you all are accountant. You advise me. Right? Where the share issued are more than the capital of the company. How come? Share issued 200, but the money only 100,000. So there is imbalance. For simple thing like this, I know I can see simple things. But if it is more complex, definitely I need your advice. Hence, there will be shares that are not represented by any capital of the company, isn't it? So 200 share, supposed to be 200,000. Okay, but the company only have 100,000. So there are shares actually not represented by capital in the company. Okay. And number 3, financial assistance may result a reduction of the asset of the company that are allocated to pay the creditors. So basically 100,000 they have, and then within that 100,000 the company is supposed to use the capital to carry on business, take profit, make profit, pay the creditors. Now when they use that, they reduce, okay, reduce the capital of the company. Okay. And they will cause a problem in future in paying the creditors. Okay. How can it be done? So it can be done directly or indirectly. So a direct financial assistance. This is simple. Okay. As I shared with you earlier, a company, okay, give money to the shareholders in form of loan or a gift, alright? And I want to use the earlier example. This company has 100 shares, they have 100,000, and then they take this 100,000, give to this orang lidi, this person, to purchase new shares, another 100 shares from their company, but they are the one who give the money to this orang lidi, to this person. Okay, ask this person to purchase shares in the company. Alright, so this is direct financial assistance. Alright, clearly you give loan, or you just give as a gift to the person so that the person purchase the share of your company. This is direct financial assistance. Indirect financial assistance. This is where actually I forgot the cases, isn't it? Okay, now we will discuss the cases. Indirect financial assistance when the subsidiary company pays the debts of parent's company. This is considered as financial assistance when the company provides security or guarantee to the person who purchased the share in it, the company actually did not give loan. The company asked the person to get loan, I will give the guarantee. When the company waive the debts of unpaid share, this is also financial assistance. So we go one by one. Okay, now let us look at the first case, okay, where subsidiary pays the debts of the parent company, and this is considered as giving financial assistance. The case name is Armour Hicks Northern Limited and Armour Trust Limited. Okay, Armour Hicks and Partners Limited, which called as partners, is the holding company of Armour Hicks Northern Limited. Okay, so now we call Northern, yeah. So partner is the holding of Northern. Northern is the subsidiary of partner. Now we have another company. Okay, another company. This company owed shares in partners. Okay, owed shares in partner. Okay, Armour Trust Limited. The company owed shares in partner. So in this case, partners owed money to trust. Okay, Armour Trust Limited. Partners owed money to trust. Partner has no money to pay trust. Okay, now let us see. All right, White House and Hicks. These two are the directors and shareholders for partners and also Northern. So similar person actually run both companies, the parents as well as the subsidiary company. So now bring the directors, right, shareholders. So they give instruction to Northern, the subsidiary, to make payment on behalf of partners. So now Northern pay the debts of partners to Armour Trust. Alright, so you see, partner did not pay its own debts, but its debts being paid by Northern, the subsidiary company. What's wrong with that? Okay, until now, until this stage, nothing wrong yet. Right. Now, after the payment being made, after Armour Trust got the money, Armour Trust, as I said earlier, owed shares in partners, right? So Armour Trust Limited transfer its shares of partner to both directors. Okay? Transfer the shares of partner to White House and Hicks. Now, when Armour Trust transfer the shares of partners to the directors, this is considered as financial assistance. Basically, if partner pay its own debts, nothing is wrong, right? But when Northern make payment, then only trust transfer the shares to the directors. You see, if Northern didn't pay, trust would not have transferred its shares. So this is considered as financial assistance. Okay, the subsidiary assisting the holding company, which is the shareholders, directors, to purchase its own shares. Okay, the court in this case held on a preliminary issue that this could amount to provision of financial assistance by subsidiary for the purpose of the acquisition of shares in its holding company. So the financial assistance given not by the company, the holding, but given by subsidiary. Subsidiary actually pays the debt of the parent company so that the parent company could purchase its own shares. Okay? Next case. Company provides security or guarantee. Alright. We have the case of Chung Kiao Bank Limited and Hotel Rasa Sayang Sdn Berhad. Okay. In this case, Chung Kiao Bank, CKB, give loan to Johor Tenggara, a company, Johor Tenggara. Alright. Nothing wrong with that. Johor Tenggara purchase shares from Hotel Rasa Sayang. Is there anything wrong? Johor Tenggara took loan from CKB and purchased shares in Hotel Rasa Sayang? No, nothing wrong. Okay. It became financial assistance when at the moment Johor Tenggara took the loan, Johor Tenggara did not provide guarantee, did not provide mortgage or charge for the loan, but the charge was provided by Hotel Rasa Sayang. Hotel Rasa Sayang give charge to the bank so that the bank can give loan to Johor Tenggara. And after the bank give loan to Johor Tenggara purchase shares in Hotel Rasa Sayang. Okay. So this is considered as financial assistance. Assisting basically your Hotel Rasa Sayang, assisting Johor Tenggara to purchase share in Hotel Rasa Sayang. Okay. At first, nothing seems wrong. However, the company Johor Tenggara default in payment. So the bank want to enforce security. It was found that the loan made by Johor Tenggara was secured by the asset owned by Hotel Rasa Sayang. Okay, so the court held that the security provided by Hotel Rasa Sayang was a form of financial assistance and that is prohibited by law. So this is how financial assistance happened. Earlier in the earlier case, okay, partners and Northern case, Northern give financial assistance to the partners. How Northern give financial assistance? Because Northern pay partners' debt. When Northern pay partners' debts, right, then only trust transfer the shares to both directors, the two directors, the two shareholders in partner. Okay, that's how the financial assistance happen, right? We go to the next case. Okay, company with debts of unpaid shares. So this is considered financial assistance. Okay, in this case, I said Day Private Limited, Day Private Limited, and Day. Alright, the company Day Private Limited sold shares to Mr. Day for 12,440 pound, right? However, when Mr. Day purchased the shares, he did not pay the whole sum. He still owed the company 5,942 pound. He still owed the company. Now, Mr. Day want to sell the shares to another person, Mr. Paul. But he cannot sell until he pay all the debts with the company. Now, Mr. Day is indebted with the company. How come he sell the shares without paying the company? So, he need to pay. But in this case, okay, to allow Mr. Day to sell the shares and to allow Mr. Paul purchase the shares from Mr. Day, the company, in this case, waive debts of 5,942 owed by Mr. Day. Right. Once they waive the money, the debts, Mr. Day now is free to sell to Mr. Paul. And they sold the shares to Mr. Paul for 6,498 pounds. Okay. So in this case, if the company did not waive the debts, they cannot sell. Alright. So in this case, financial assistance happened when the company actually helped Day to waive the debts. His debts to with the company. Alright. Helps Day so that the company help Day by waiving his debts so that he can sell the shares to Mr. Paul so that Paul can acquire the company shares. So this is financial assistance. The court in this case held that waiver of unpaid shares amounting to financial assistance. Okay, the act of the company waiving, right, the unpaid shares, right, because he still owed, he's become unpaid shares, right, as it allow Mr. Paul to purchase share at a lower price. So this is financial assistance. Section 125 spell out the following transactions are not considered as prohibited financial assistance. Okay, now the one that we discussed, the three cases and earlier financial assistance is not allowed by the law. Why financial assistance is not allowed? Because there are 3-4 reasons I stated earlier, isn't it? Okay. Now, there are some financial assistance that allow by the laws, right? For example, yeah, the company lends money in the course of its ordinary business. The company, for example, the company itself the business of the company itself is lending money. So if the company lend money to me, I took loan from the company to purchase the company shares. This is not considered as financial assistance. Okay. Financial assistance to employees. It is allowed to employees alone. Okay, other than directors of the company, right? Other than directors of the company, to enable the employees to purchase share in the company. Okay. The company would give free share in the company or sell the share to the employee at discount price. Okay, discount price as the award for employee. This is not financial assistance. If it's not the employee, this another person, another company or the directors, this is considered as financial assistance. But because this is for employee, it falls under section 125, where the company can actually, okay, do assist the employees to enable the employee to purchase the shares in the company. Okay. There is also employee share scheme, where the company would provide for employee to purchase the share of company. So, employee share scheme, where the company want the employee of the company to hold the company shares. Since the employee has no money to purchase, the company give loan. And then the company deduct the salary of the employee, for example, monthly, so that, pay back the company's money. So, company give loan to the employee to purchase its own share. This is not financial assistance, okay? Or, some employee, they got dividend. So the company will give loan to the employee for the employee to purchase the shares in the company. And later on, the dividend that supposed to be given to the employee, the company will deduct from there. So that the employee will not get dividend, but the employee will get share. Okay. We have exception under section 126 of Companies Act. Financial assistance could be made, if a company meets the following requirement. Okay. When can company do financial assistance? When? It says here that could be made, okay, if the company is not a public listed company. So public listed company cannot do financial assistance. The financial assistance does not exceed 10% of the shareholders' fund, right? The company fulfilled the solvency requirement under section 112 and 113. We discussed this earlier. Okay. So company must fulfill solvency requirement. Excuse me. Now, share buyback. This is the second transaction. Share buyback means the company offers to some shareholders to purchase his share. Okay, offers to buy the shares owned by some members, right, at a particular price. So the company just make offer to purchase back its share from the members, and it's up to the members whether the members want to accept or they want to keep the shares. Okay, the decision is this decision belong to the members. It's not compulsory. The member can choose. Okay. However, this share buyback only applicable to public listed company only. This is provided by section 127 of the Companies Act. Okay. Private and unlisted public company can do that by reduction of capital. We go for reduction of capital. Okay. Share buyback basically is almost similar with reduction of capital. Okay. So remember this, share buyback applicable to public listed company only. For private and unlisted, they will practice or go for transaction under reduction of capital. Okay. Type of share buyback and on-market share buyback. The company can only buy back its issued share through the stock exchange on which the shares are quoted and in accordance with relevant rule of Bursa Malaysia. This is provided under section 127, subsection 2, subsection B. Okay, it's an on-market share buyback. Okay. And types of share. Second type, an off-market share buyback. Okay, section 1 to 7, subsection 3 provides that the law allows public listed company to buy back its issued share which are quoted on the stock exchange through privately arranged transaction without purchasing its shares through the stock exchange. Okay, so on market through stock exchange, off market through privately arranged transaction. There are conditions for share buyback. So we need to see the condition. Okay. First of all, for a company to do the transaction of share buyback, there are certain conditions that the company has to fulfill. First of all, the constitution of company must authorize the company to buy back its shares. Okay, authorize the company to proceed with share buyback transaction. This is provided by section 1 to 7, subsection 1. Okay, the second condition is, remember the solvency requirement. Okay, the company must fulfill the solvency requirement under section 112 and section 113. So there must be statement by the directors, the section 112 and 113 applies. Section 112 and section 113 apply. The purchase is made in good faith. Okay, share buybacks means you purchase your own shares, isn't it? So the purchase is made in good faith for the best interest of the company. The company must have this intention, good faith, good intention for the best interest of the company. This is provided under section 1 to 7, subsection 2, subsection C. Okay, there are 3 conditions that need to be fulfilled by a company before the company can proceed with share buyback. Now, third transaction is reduction of capital. We can understand from the wording, right? Reduction of capital. So, what is the concept of capital reduction? Reduction of capital. Okay. The main concept of capital reduction is that basically the company want to reduce its capital. The company has share capital, isn't it? So the company want to reduce its shares, isn't it? So the main concept is that the company would cancel unpaid share of investors. You know that shares, it will be paid share or unpaid shares, isn't it? When the shareholder purchase, the shareholder pay everything that is fully paid shares. When the shareholder only paid half, another half still indebted with the company, this is unpaid shares. Okay, so reduction of capital here is for the company to cancel the unpaid share of investor. Okay. We have example here. Ali had agreed to purchase 100,000 shares of the company. However, Ali had only paid 75,000. So in these circumstances, the company could initiate reduction of capital by cancelling the 25,000 shares that is unpaid by Ali. So this is the reduction of capital. Okay, statutory provision regarding capital reduction. Okay, first, it is provided under section 115 of Companies Act, where it stated that a company can reduce the capital, alright, by 2 ways. Either under section 116 by special resolution and confirmation by court, or by section 117, that is through special resolution supported by a solvency statement. Okay, 2 ways. 116, that is special resolution plus court, or 117 special resolution plus solvency statement. Okay. Court sanction procedure under section 116. The reduction of capital is applicable in the following circumstances. Okay. Under 116, yeah. The company wants to cancel unpaid shares. Or the company, alright, there is paid shares that is not presented by available assets. The company wants to cancel these shares. Number 3, the company want to return the shareholders any paid out share capital which is in excess of the needs of the company. So the company not in need of it, the company want to return to the shareholders. Okay. First, cancel any unpaid shares. We have this example earlier. Okay. Cancel any paid share that is not presented by available asset. This is for accounting purpose, you see. You are the future accountants, isn't it? Share with me your thoughts. Make some notes about these slides in our WhatsApp group or Putra Blast. Okay, give me your thoughts. Okay. You see, this is for accounting purpose. When company suffers heavy losses, the available shares of company do not reflect the available asset accurately. Okay, so the paid shares could be cancelled to make financial statement accurate. So when there is excess of shares, right? So the company want to return to the shareholder. This is almost similar with share buyback, but share buyback only available for public company. So private company cannot proceed with share buyback transaction. Okay, so the private company, they can go under capital reduction scheme. Okay, capital reduction scheme which is available for private company and also unlisted public company. Procedure under section 116. First, there must be EGM with special resolution, that is 75% of vote from shareholders. Okay. Extra general meeting, EGM, all shareholders must be there. They need special resolution where 75% of the vote from shareholders. Okay. Then this special resolution must be filed in court. Right. After they file this special resolution to the court will give them a hearing date. Right. On the hearing day itself in court, right, the court will basically want to know about the capital reduction, whether it is objected by the creditors. This is what the court want to know, whether the creditors objected. If there is no objection from the creditors, the company can proceed with the reduction of capital. If there is objection, so the company cannot proceed. Right. After hearing, let's say the creditors did not object. After hearing, the court will issue an order for capital reduction. After they got the order, now they got the order, right? They cannot just got order and proceed with capital reduction. No, they have to submit to Companies Commission of Malaysia, CCM, SSM, CCM. After they submit to CCM, then only the order take effect. Okay. This is solvency test procedure under 117. Okay. Let's say the company do not want to go to court. The company can choose the method of solvency test under section 112 and section 113. Okay. Now, solvency test must be signed by all directors. Okay, before special resolution, which means all directors, okay, upon a special resolution. So we have 14 days of notice for private company. 14 days of notice. When you call for meeting, you have notice, right? So this we are referring to the notice. 14 days for private company as provided by section 117 subsection 5, and for public company they need to give notice of 21 days, okay, before they convene the meeting, right? This is provided by section 117 subsection 6. Okay, now the solvency statement. Who made the solvency statement, if you remember? Yes, the directors. The solvency statement must be showed to shareholders for checking. So after the directors make solvency statement, they have to give to the shareholders for checking. This is a statutory requirement under section 117, subsection 5 and subsection 6. Then only these shareholders can pass a special resolutions. Alright? After they got the special resolutions, they will send notice to IRB and registrar within 7 days after the special resolution, within 7 days. Okay? And then they need to wait for 6 weeks for any application from the creditors to cancel the special resolution. Okay, so they have to let the creditors know whether the creditors have objection or the creditors have no objection. They need to give 6 weeks. Alright. This is a statutory requirement under section 118 and also section 119. If there is no objection from the creditors, after 6 months, the relevant document must be submitted to the CCM, okay, Companies Commission of Malaysia. Then only they can proceed. The pros and cons, okay. In executing capital reduction, a company is given freedom to choose either way, by court or by solvency statement. Alright? It seems that section 116 is faster than section 117. Okay? Using court is faster than applying solvency statement. Right. So because the company does not need to wait 6 months for the creditor's objection. Right. However, we have to bear in mind that solvency using the way of solvency statement is cheaper rather than going to court because the court process involves costs. Redemption of preference shares. Alright. Basically, redemption of preference shares, it's almost similar like reduction of capital and share buyback. Okay. The point is similar. Alright. The point is same. Alright. It reduces the capital of the company. Alright. Now, but it's similar like reduction of capital and share buyback, but applicable for redeemable preference shares. Okay, redemption of preference shares. Okay. When company issue preference shares, okay, the company has the intention to raise capital. The company need more money but do not want to issue more shares, ordinary shares. So what the company do? They issue preference shares, right? When preference shareholders purchase these preference shares, the company get more capital, get more money, all right? And the shareholders of preference shares has no right to vote like ordinary share. Okay, so we already discussed this earlier, okay, in this lecture, that you don't have, the creditors will not have some headache, right? It can avoid any further headaches by the ordinary shareholders. Okay, I don't know if you don't agree with me calling it as headache, but what I see is that this is much easier for the company to get capital and not to have any issue in administering the company's business. Conditions for redemption of preference shares. Okay. There are conditions that need to be fulfilled by the company before they can proceed with the transaction. Before they can redeem the preference shares, the company must follow certain conditions. They cannot simply decide and then proceed. No, they can't. First of all, this transaction must be authorized by the company's constitution. This is provided by section 72, subsection 1 of Companies Act. Okay. Before the redemption, the directors must make solvency statement first. Okay. The director must make solvency statement before the redemption. This is under section 112 and section 113. I already share with you that it is a must, right? Solvency statement is a must for transaction. This is one of it, right? And bear in mind, right? A company can only redeem its preference shares if it is fully paid by the shareholders. Alright, this is provided by section 72 subsection 4. Company cannot redeem its preference share if the share has not been fully paid. Okay, only applicable for fully paid preference shares, right? And when the company want to redeem these preference shares, okay, which means that the company will take back the shares and give the money to the shareholders, right? So now, when the company want to give the money, the company must make sure that the money that given, or the company must make sure that the money that they use in redeeming the preference shares comes from profit of company. This is provided by section 72 subsection 4. Of come from a fresh issue of shares in exchange with the new shares, okay, or it comes from the capital of the company. Okay, we have this table. So look at the relevant section, right? Solvency requirement, all four needed this. 112, 113, okay, all four transaction needs this. Financial assistance, okay, involves section 123, 125, and 126. 1N plus 112, 113. Share buyback involves section 127 plus solvency requirement 112, 113. Capital reduction involves section 115, 116, 117 plus 112, 113. And redemption of preference shares involves section 72 plus solvency requirement section 112, 113. Distribution of profit, right? The law provides, okay, certain clauses in Companies Act in guiding the companies about distribution of profit. So first we will look at section 131, 131 subsection 1 of the Companies Act. Okay, it is stated that, all right, if the company want to distribute the profit of the company, if a company want to distribute the profit, it is required upon the company to be solvent. The company must show that the company is solvent, which means the company must show that after we give profit to the shareholders, we are still solvent. What does it mean by solvent? Still have money to pay the creditors. Okay, remember 112, 113? Okay. Section 132 subsection 2. Okay, because the directors make decision, isn't it? If they have profit, they have surplus, the directors are the one who make decision, right? So under this section, it is stated that when the directors want to authorize a distribution, okay, of profit, okay, the directors must consider appropriately that, and they also have to satisfy that the company will be solvent immediately after the distribution is made. If the company distribute, they have profit, they distribute, after that it become insolvent. They cannot distribute the profit. Okay, so they must make sure that after the distribution, the company will be solvent. Okay, 132 subsection 3. 132 actually explain to us what does it mean by solvent. Okay, a company is regarded as solvent if the company is able to pay its debts, and when the debts become due within 12 months immediately after the distribution is made. Okay, this is also mentioned in 112, 113, remember? Alright, solvent means the company has sufficient money, sufficient allocation to pay the debts to the creditors for 12 months, for 1 year. They still have money for that, right? Let's say a company got profits. The directors decided to distribute the profit. The directors must make sure After the distribution of profit, the company still has sufficient fund to pay the creditors for 1 year. Okay, this is also known as the trading solvency test. Okay, the ability of company to pay its debts when the debts become due. Right, so for 12 months. Right, what if the company does not have profit? Can the company avoid from making dividend? Let us go to this Ri Ji Ho Chan trading case. In this case, the shareholders sued the director for not declaring dividend. So can a director actually do not declare dividend? In this case, the directors did not declare dividends for many years, and even though they are making profit, and they actually pay themselves. Okay, that's the facts of the case. Okay, so you see, in this case, it is said that generally a company is not bound to pay dividend to the shareholders if the company is making loss with no reserve. So it answers the earlier question, isn't it? Does it answer the earlier question? Yes. In general, if the company don't have to pay dividend if the company is making loss. However, in this case, the company is making profit, right? The directors got the payment, but never declare dividend to the shareholders. So the court in this case held that the non-declaration of dividend was actually oppression to the members. Why? Because they got profit, the directors pay themselves but did not declare dividend. So this is oppression to the members. This is what the court said. The court held. Okay. That's all for today. Thank you very much for listening. Please drop your question if you have any at our WhatsApp group or Putra Blast. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.